Hello everybody and welcome. This video is going to be covering installing the phone module into my Mercedes E500 2005 W211. This is the full-blown system with the phone control module and the voice control module. Also, there's antenna booster, antenna switch, voice control module, control lever. This is what's often referred to as the puck. That is the Bluetooth controller. And not sure if it's going to work or not. I also picked up a cradle and an old, way out of date 2004 cell phone. Just for kicks, and but the main thing is to get Bluetooth attached to the system so you can make phone calls through the command system and answer phone calls through the command system. First, I'm going to review what each module is and what I paid for them on eBay. Now this is the phone control module. Hopefully it understands English, because this one, when I ordered it, didn't realize it was coming from Latvia. So when you're ordering, watch out for that. But I paid $25 for that. And with all my components, or most of them, you want to look for A211 if your car is a W211. Other models, you want to follow suit. That doesn't mean that this unit came from an E-Class. It may have come out of some other car, because they use these modules in various models, and that's not to say that something else won't work in your car, but it's just easier to play it safe and stick with that number, and you have a better chance that it's going to work. So that's the phone control module for $25. This puck and this I bought together along with a center console. This cost me $160 for these two together. There's thousands of them on eBay. This is what you will have a hard time finding. Now, if all you want is Bluetooth, all you're going to need is this unit, and this unit. You don't need voice control if you don't want to add that to it. If you're not going to try using an actual cell phone, you don't need the antenna booster, you don't need the antenna switch, because those are for when you're using this phone. It will actually hook the antenna of the phone through the booster, through the car's antenna for better reception. If you're using Bluetooth, you are only using the phone's own antenna. This never comes into play whatsoever. So if you just want Bluetooth on your command system, this unit, and this if it's not already on the car. That's all you need, and as well as you will need a most cable, which is your fiber optic cable. The voice control is for voice command. Could not find much information on that, not even a video, so maybe I'll make one. But that's for, you can say, call Dave, and right through the command it will dial the phone and make the phone call. With modern Bluetooth phones, a lot of the features are not going to work just because technology has progressed and it's not compatible with the older Bluetooth units. That we will see. If you're going to go with voice control, you're also going to need the arm to go behind your steering wheel to turn it off and on. Here, once again, I had to jump through hoops and had to buy an entire cruise control module for $12. And I'll remove this, and when this is installed, it's a one-way trip, so I'm going to have to cut this plastic off here to get this armature off. All this is an arm. There's no wires or anything. The switch connector, everything is already in your steering column. So you will take a little plastic cap off, jam this control arm in there, it'll snap into place, and you're done. And then these, of course, you will only need if you plan on doing what I'm doing, which is trying having the phone control for the old phone in there. Now, as far as what I spent, $25. I spent $14 for the fiber optic cable. As I said, about $160 for that as a combo. $15 for this. $15 for the booster, $9 for that, $12 for this complete unit. So my grand total, not including this phone, was $225. There are guys who will sell this, I guess this, and this as a kit, I think on eBay, like $1,500 or something. It's easier than shopping around, and you'll maybe have better chance with compatibility. But if you're watching this video right now, that means once I got it all installed, it worked. And the next step will be to look in your car to find out if you have the wiring harnesses in place to install this. If you don't have those wiring harnesses in place, there's no sense going any further. So let's do that now. Now, to be able to see if you have the wiring harness for the satellite radio, you may be able to take a flashlight and peek through here. See that orange wire there? That is actually the fiber optic cable. And what we cannot see is the actual wire harness half connector there, but I'm going to assume that if you have the fiber optics there, that you'll have the wiring harness connector also. Okay, after removing the floor out of the trunk, next step is to remove that black plastic panel, and it's held in with two bolts here and here, and then it clips in back in there. When I removed it, I first took these bolts off. I think you're better off leaving those bolts on. You put your fingers through this hole and pry with a screwdriver, easier with the seat down, in order to get this panel off. And I'll show you why. Those two holes there that you pry through is this locking clip here. That gave me the biggest fight because once you undo these two bolts, this whole cradle starts to move on you. And so I think you're better off get your fingers through those holes, popping that loose, and then undo the other two bolts. Okay, now before you go ordering any parts, this is what you want to make sure you have. This is the connection for the voice control. And over here somewhere, this is the connection for the phone control unit. If you don't have this pre-wired into your car, no sense going any further. This wire here is your most loop that you will patch into. This orange one here that you see here and the other end here, that goes off to your satellite radio. And then over here is where we have the connections for the antenna switch. So those are the components you want to look for. If you're just doing Bluetooth, this is an absolute must, but imagine if you have this, you're going to have the rest also. Okay, to mount the phone control module, we're going to use a number 14. In my case, I got a 3/4 inch. If you can find 1/2 inch, go for it. 3/4 inch hex head sheet metal screw, I guess it is. And you'll drive it in with a
3/8 inch socket. And where they go, if we can see it here, there's a hole. There's a hole there, and matching one over here. And what I'd recommend you do is take the screw it in until it hits bottom, back it out to pre-thread the plastic. And then what I had to do is I had to cut the point off the screw because the screws were too long. And even if you got 1/2 inches, I would take the point off the end of it to flatten it out, and you should be good. So we'll mount that now. Okay, and the unit simply slides under here. And notice that there's a box in the back that it kind of fits into. Get it past the wires, push it all the way in, and then it's just a matter of screwing our screws in to secure. Okay, got this screwed into place. Helpful hint, keep the first screw loose a little bit and then tighten down the second one. Here's the connector for the phone module, and what you're going to want to do is a little clip here. Swing this gray lock down first, and then you're going to want to plug it into there all the way in. As you do that, lock will swing up and lock into place, and that's not going anywhere.